All right. Let me draw my
Live
stand.
AMA. All right, maybe we should do this
We
first.
could do a live AMA.
All right, we'll do a horrible live Twitch chat AMA. Please don't ask dumb questions, guys. Please don't. It's not piggyback. He hasn't done it yet. We'll get to that later, maybe.
It's
We'll
not.
do
It's
the
not
we'll
gonna be
do the
piggyback.
AMA first. Uh, talk about new pool party skins. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if there are new pool party skins. I don't pay attention to new skins.
Yeah, I haven't followed anything like that. So
What are the colors of your socks? They are blue and black striped.
I have all blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Anything
How
good?
long have I been casting?
Couple, like a couple months.
12 years. Started in Warcraft 3, and I've done a bunch of different games with some breaks here and there. Best LCK rookie of summer 2016. I think Ruler has been
Ruler.
pretty darn impressive, but Beyond is making a case, Killian.
Yes, yes, he
Beyond is
is.
definitely
That's
making a
actually
case.
a very good point. Beyond, I mean, even just last night, like, really went off on the Graves.
Yeah, he's been way up there in MVP points. So maybe you'd say Beyond at this point, beginning of the season, you might say Ruler. Both of them doing really, really well. My favorite hockey team, Avalanche. I'm from Colorado. I
The
used to watch the Avalanche back in the really good days in the late 90s and early 2000s when it was the Detroit Red Wings versus the Avalanche, and you had the brawl in Hockeytown, which, by the way, is much more interesting to watch than this stream right now. You can actually go on YouTube and type in brawl in Hockeytown, and you can see a bench emptying hockey fight between the Avalanche and the Red Wings.
That's the best thing about hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, even baseball sometimes has some good brawls because there's so many people on baseball teams, and when they all just storm out onto the pitcher's mound and just start beating the crap out of each other, it's really fun. I don't really watch hockey, but the Flyers by way of where I'm from, because I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah. How does it feel knowing that Seahawks are greater than Broncos? I mean, that's not the Broncos won the Super Bowl, so
Yeah,
I don't even know where you're going with that one.
that's a little up there.
I was actually watching the second half of the Super Bowl in the airport because I was going to America, and there were a bunch of guys from the U.S. military in the airport, and we watched the Super Bowl together in Korea in the airport. It was great.
I was cheering for the Broncos because my team lost. So, because they are the ones that knocked out the Patriots.
Yep.
So I figured if I have to cheer for a team, it should be at least the ones that were worthy of taking down my team.
Fair enough. How who will win Worlds? A little bit early to say that. Korea will, but which Korean team? Probably SKT.
Yeah, probably. Need to turn some things around, but you never know.
What did you think of the record-breaking EU game, guys? I didn't watch that game.
Oh, I just saw it was like 800 CS on two people or
Yeah,
something.
I can't
I
do
was just
that,
like,
guys.
it's not worth it.
I'm
Oh,
not spending 80 minutes. Oh my god.
wait, no, Jin Air just swapped sides. It looked like people were in there, but Jin Air is just
Nope,
flipping back
the
and forth from
players,
red to blue.
the players have now gotten bored enough that they are just switching sides of the lobby.
Fly joined at
constantly.
least, so that's a we're one step closer.
Doa's burrito has arrived. I mean, that's a good sign. That's a good sign of where we're at right
Very
now.
good.
Do you think Africa has the potential to become the best team if they weren't so inconsistent? I feel like you could say they had that about really any team. I don't know if they have necessarily. I think their talent is good, but I don't know if it's necessarily elite. I think we've seen flashes from players like Songyun and Iksu, but Iksu, while he has good games, it's on very specific champions, and his Poppy was great last season, but it was his pool. I think that he can play at the top level is really quite small.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely a team that could just have repeat playoff performances, but I don't see them necessarily exceeding Rocks Tigers or KT Rolster at this point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard.
A lot of work would need to be done.
Here's a good educational question for you, Achilios.
Oh boy.
What did you study at university, and did it help your esports career?
I studied radio, television, and film. Mostly the film aspect. I actually took 0 radio classes, which probably would have helped me out. It probably would have gone a long way, but I never really anticipated that this was something I'd be doing as a career. So at the time, I just wanted to get into film and continue making short films and sketches and that sort of stuff with my friends that I grew up with in high school. But I went to Rowan University in New Jersey, and no, it did not help me at all. I didn't learn a damn thing.
I studied literature and English, and it helped me quite a lot because one of the things that I did for a long time and still do very periodically at this point is write articles. But in terms of critical thinking and communication, certainly very valuable. Ability to touch on a wide variety of cultural subjects.
I mean, it also just grows your diction, your vocabulary in general. So
the acting that I did for 13 years helped my diction. The vocabulary, that was the English definitely helped. So did the acting.
That's what helped me the most was definitely acting, because I started acting when I was 9.
Yeah, I did when I was 8.
I actually hated acting because I'd been taken several times by my mother to audition for like community theater plays and stuff like that, and I hated it when I was like, I think she started doing this when I was like 7 or 6, and every time I just absolutely like abhorred going there. And I would try to be as terrible as possible so I wouldn't get a call back. And then the one time it was for Sleeping Beauty, I remember this, and it was actually at the college that I would later attend. And I like walked out of that audition, I was just like, I was so bad. There's no way that I get a call back. And then they list off my brother and my name. I was just like, how? It's like, was everybody else worse than me? That's not possible. And I got forced to do this play. My mother's like, well, you got to call back, so now you got to do it. And I was just like, all right, fine. And I ended up doing the show, and it was one of those things where, like, at the end, you're like, begrudgingly, you're just like, okay, it was actually kind of fun. Like, when can I do it again? And then I started doing more and more shows and ended up going to a theatrical high school to study there. So that was definitely the thing that got me pretty much as prepared for this as I possibly could have been.
If I had to guess, just knowing you personally, how you got places, I'd guess fail your way to success was number one. So that really does fit in with my paradigm.
Yeah,
of you.
It's great. I'm just an enigma. No one knows how it's been working.
Failing upwards.
I'm just breaking the mold in esports right now.
So somebody was asking, do you watch Twitch chat while we cast?
No.
Absolutely not. Would you give yourself a lobotomy when you were trying to do something that required cognitive power? No, you wouldn't. That's why I don't do it.
I'm writing my thesis. I need to...
So let me get this power drill.
I just need to put some holes in the side of my skull. And alleviate the pressure. No, definitely not. In between some things, like during like an interview, perhaps... if there's like a funny thing that happened in the game we know it's going to be brought up, then sort of like that. But during the actual game, no.
What do we think about Peanut's statement that they'll probably win summer if the top meta doesn't return to tanks? I think they certainly have a better shot.
It's really hard to judge because we've seen Duke on carries. Like he's also very excellent. Blank is able to play aggressive. Even Bengi now coming back from a break has been. He primarily played the Kindred, but we've seen him play Graves. But then you also have KT Rolster with Someday, and that's just another team that really fits so well with that.
자, 지난주 롤챔스에 드디어 모두가 비벼지는 비빔밥 메타가 완성되었습니다. SKT는 진에어가 잡고 진에어는 삼성은 잡고.
Shens is not viable. So I guess we're gonna go back to Twitch chat AMA.
Okay.
So
I'm amazed. The viewer count has actually gone up. That is phenomenal. OG and Legion, you guys are great.
Yeah, you guys rock.
Never change.
You're gonna maybe enjoy these games eventually.
Can't we just bring everybody to the OGN Stadium? See, that was my solution.
It would take a while to get everybody from Gangnam to
We could have gotten them to Gangnam.
To be fair, they could have already gotten here and set up.
Twice over.
Yeah. what are your favorite sports and why?
I Legends.
I like American football. I assume he means physical sports.
Yeah, I know.
I grew up watching the Broncos, and going to Colorado State home games. And Joa has actually put the link in Twitch chat to the two Shens, so you can watch that too. That's probably also more exciting.
Thank you, Joa.
What's your favorite sport, Achilios?
Probably football. It's certainly the one that I watch the most consistently, but I did used to play baseball a lot when I was growing up. I was actually pretty good at it, but stopped playing because I wanted to try soccer, and then I was bad at soccer. And then instead of doing sports anymore, I decided that I wanted to play the violin, so I did a really big 180 on that one. But I feel like if I had stuck with the violin or with baseball, I probably could have done something good with that stuff. But instead, I'm in video games now.
That's right. Just devolved.
Just I just went right off the deep end. But it's okay.
What are your extracurricular activities? You guys know that I'm not a student. I actually work for a living. Therefore, I'm not in a curriculum per se.
Yeah.
Extra professional
activities. Meant to say, what are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time?
Make fun of Twitch chat mostly.
He does that a lot. Stream.
Yeah, stream, play games.
We both do a good amount of that.
Yeah, it's yes we do. Yes we do.
But I mean, I know you've been playing a lot of your Warhammer.
That's right. Well, I just love the Total War.
Total War Warhammer.
I have been. It's great. Great game. What's your job? A good one.
I don't know anymore.
I actually don't know.
I'm losing it.
Oh,
my God.
Score is in the lobby.
Good Lord.
Holy crap.
Can
we
it
might
be?
actually be starting this. It's been an hour and 25 minutes of this.
The legends were true. They said he would return one day.
That's right. I thought my job was casting esports, but apparently it's been doing an extended podcast on my interests and hobbies, which you guys probably will enjoy. So I can teach you a lot about many things, Twitch chat. How do you like Korea, Achilios? I love being in Korea, but you're new.
Oh, I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, even with the language barrier, it's really easy to get around. Everything's in English most places that you go, unless you go to like a super Korean restaurant, and then you don't really know what you're ordering, and that's always
you'll learn in time.
That's always a crapshoot.
You will learn in time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've gotten better at reading Hangul, so even then I can get around a little bit more easily because of that. But overall, it's great. I mean, the area that we live in is awesome. The weather is starting to get insufferably hot, but it's only going to get worse as we continue.
Yeah, it's not too bad yet. It's doing all right.
It's in the very early stages of me wanting to die every time I take a step outside of my house, but no, overall, it's really awesome.
Which non-Korean team has the best shot of doing well at Worlds? Well, not knowing, I mean, it's still very early. We haven't even gotten through the first round robin yet.
I mean, on
summer
paper.
Seasons. Yeah, but TSM has been doing really well. I think they've got a very strong shot. I think they've been playing well over there in NA.
Yeah, on paper, I think that they're really the big one to tout for that. A couple others have shown some pretty decent promise, but
yeah, I think Fnatic is doing relatively well right now.
I was surprised that they were able to slingshot their way back into top.
Yeah,
over top of G2, because G2 was looking really commanding for a while. But
I think G2 is going to get it together over time. Like, I think by the time playoffs roll around, just from an on-paper talent perspective, I think G2 will probably get it together.
Sure. Then just need to not take a vacation before Worlds.
That's right. I don't think they would Achilios. Oh my God. Is this a game of League of Legends?
It is! Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, Game 1, KT Rolster versus Jin Air in the pick and ban.
1 hour and 25